Hey guys, Teacher Scott here. I'm here to talk to you about payment today. This is one of the things everybody really cares about. Obviously, you're going to be putting time and energy and effort into this side hustle, and you want it to count. So, I want to talk to you about how the finances work of this whole thing. It's a little bit different, VIP Kid, because it's a Chinese company and they've got their own process. Being that you're an independent contractor, they're not withholding taxes. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about that. Uh, Interestingly, your pay is determined very early on with VIP Kid. Uh, when you do your first initial interview, um, they offer you your contract rate after that, even if you're not going to end up being hired. They let you know what you are going to make if you do get hired. And so the interview process can be recorded or can be live. Um, I actually did the recorded interview, and my wife did too, and we both got hired after our first mock class, which I'll explain in a moment. But after the interview, you will get an email basically saying that they rated you on all these different indicators. There's about 20, 25 indicators, and they let you know what you're going to be offered. So the minimum rate would be $7 base rate per class, and the maximum, I believe, is $9 base rate per class. And I think a lot of people fall right in the middle. I got offered $8 base rate. My wife did, and what I've seen online from a lot of other teachers is about the same. So you get a base rate per class. So for me, and like I said, my wife, I make $8 base rate per class. Then they offer two incentives. These are guaranteed incentives as long as you meet the requirements. So one of them is a finished class incentive, and this is based on the number of classes that you teach. So if you teach more than 30 classes, you make 50 cents per class above and beyond. So if you teach 35 classes, you're going to make 50 cents times 35, or $17.50 in that pay period. If you teach more than 45 classes, you get an extra dollar per class. And these are per class. It's not like 50 cents for the first 30 and then a dollar for the 45 and beyond. It goes back retroactively to even that very first class of the month. So as long as you're teaching 45 classes a month, which for me has not been hard to do, you're guaranteed that extra dollar per class. So that $8 per class goes up to $9 per class. And then there's a participation incentive. I've never heard of anybody losing this incentive. It's basically a free dollar per class. They say it's for showing up on time and finishing on time, but I've even heard of people who go over or are a little bit late and they still get it. So you get that extra dollar there. And so that for me adds up to $10 per class, which doesn't seem like a ton, but each class is 25 minutes. So in an hour, you can make $20 an hour, which to me, to sit here at a computer and talk to a really, really sweet kid in China and have a great time doing it makes a lot of sense. So $20 an hour is what I'm making. They actually just came out with the requirements to get a raise after your second contract, and I'm sure when I get there I can make a video, or I know other people are doing that too. Um, but to me, $20 an hour, like I said, for the limited investment that it takes, man, that's just totally worth it for me. My first full month, I made $1,400. Um, you will get a 1099 form at the end of the year. VIP Kid does report your income to the United States federal government. So, you got to plan on paying taxes on this. And this is where you really need to talk to an accountant. Depending on how much you're making, you may even be required to be paying quarterly taxes, where you would send in your taxes 4 times a year. If you don't do that and you make beyond a certain threshold, you can actually end up getting hit with a fine by the government when you do your taxes. So you should talk to an accountant about taxes. But for me, what I'm doing is I'm automatically saving about 30% of what I make. And I've actually just sent all my paperwork to an accountant, and I'll be meeting with her here shortly to figure out if I need to be filing quarterly. I anticipate that I will. If I keep making $1,400 a month, I'm going to need to file quarterly. And I've heard that's a really easy process. So that's it. That's the finances. Again, 20 bucks an hour for me, right in the middle of the pay range. That means if you make the $7 an hour and make your two incentives, you'd be at $9. Sorry, $7 per class, $2 per incentive. You're at $9 per class. So the lower rate's going to be about 18, and then the upper rate would be a $9 base plus one is 11, so $22 per hour. And you just can't beat that kind of money. I've done Ubering, I've done selling my plasma, I've done all kinds of stuff, and nothing has been this rewarding as this. Hey, I'd love to help you through the process of signing up for VIP Kid, especially if you're a guy. You know, I think a lot of videos out here are really good. I watched a lot of videos to prepare to do this job. So many of them were from really chipper, hyper, over the top women, and that's great if that's who they are. I have found that I can really be myself, and I don't have to pretend to be somebody I'm not. And I really connect with kids. You know, they say the kids who are meant to have you will find you, and I really believe that to be true. So use my referral code down in the comments section or in the info section. Leave me a comment, and especially if you're a guy, I'd love to chat with you. We can text, I can Skype you, or ladies, if you're having trouble getting bookings, get your husband, or if your husband is available to do it. You got to have a bachelor's degree, have minimal teaching experience, coaching, Sunday school. It doesn't have to be a traditional classroom teacher. Have your husband sign up using my code, and I'll walk him through the process. Um, so leave me a comment, let me know, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.